like based on what I was seeing popping up, that's what we got the most opened for. I cannot, of course, say that with absolute certainty, but that feels right. So there's Bomberman music. That one is attached to this one. Yep. There you go. You can see it now. Go ahead and close the game capture section because we're not going to need that anymore at all for this entire session. And I'm just going to go ahead and go into retro now so I don't forget to change categories for the rest of this session, because that's entirely likely to happen. And that gives you a hint as to things to come with Bomberman Hero, since I don't think I let that run before. Let's get our save booted up. So we got secret room. We've got nothing here. Got nothing else here. And we still don't have like any of the first planet bosses, but we have bosses in other places now. We got Bubble Hole and Waterway here, or on Primus. We've got Dark Prison over here. We've got Killer Gate. Now over in Canadia, we've got Hades Crater and Emerald Tube. We got Death Road and Float Zone over here in the pyramids. Got Move Stone, and that's where Bulbon is, over here in Canadia. So we might avoid that one, because that's going to be a later boss. That was back to the first planet, because we didn't have anything in the first area of Ma Zone. Second area of Ma Zone, Snowland and Snow Circuit, and Mirror Room over here. So Ma Zone has a few things. Did we have anything for Garradin? Because it would be very funny if we actually had something here. Right, this is what all the boss room ones were. So we have boss room 3 and 5. The problem is, the main thing we really even need to get in order to beat Bomberman Hero is the versus Bagular. Our thing to unlock. As soon as that unlocks, we can go beat the game. Technically, we would need more strength to be able to do it. Technically, it would, or at least it would make it a lot easier. So why is this out of alignment now? Did I move this? Maybe I moved this. No, I know what happened. It probably got grabbed when I moved my cursor out of Grim Dawn, because Grim Dawn likes to make things freak out a little bit. But we're not going to go into any stages quite yet until the ads end, so people don't end up missing any of the action. But the ads will be over here in like 30 seconds, so you're not gonna have to wait long. Don't you worry. But still, we've got one game out of the 5 done. And it was certainly not the one I expected to have be done first. I thought Grim Dawn was gonna be second. Like, I'll be honest, Grim Dawn was second in my mind. It was either gonna be Bomberman Hero or Kirby done first, then Grim Dawn, because Grim Dawn didn't have much in the way. And then it was gonna be like Spyro, and then Crystal Project is gonna be last. Pretty safely. The key to Crystal Project is looking to be, though, just getting levels. Like, character levels, that is. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. All you missed is I swapped games and looked through what we had available in Bomberman. So let's go take action on that information. And look, we can use 3 bombs at a time and have 2 flame. Deity Eye for Crystal Project. Okay. And this should run smoother a bit this time because of the fact that Grim Dawn's not eating our resources constantly. Though it obviously still has N64 jank, so it's not going to be running great. And remember, we need to get points in these stages in order to clear things properly and get all the checks we're supposed to get. I ran over that like, ooh, thing! Forgetting that that's just a projectile that hurts me. It does feel a little more responsive than it did last week. That may also be my brain being more responsive. Okay, that opens that up, but there is an area like up above here too. That I'm not really sure how I'm meant to get to. This is all damage floor. Unless maybe this thing actually just leads us up there? That looks like an exit stage thing, though. Oh no, it is a teleporter. Okay. We go... Off we go, apparently, not up. Yep, gem. Thank you. What else is down this path? No, I didn't even need to jump for that. Perspective. That one I needed to jump for, I think. That's where we were hearing the chicken noises from. There's a giant chicken. That's the downside to having more bombs, by the way, is the odds of me blowing myself up have been greatly magnified. Also, apparently those golden hearts did not actually do what I thought, considering we still only have 4 hits. I thought that's what the max health item was. That's concerning. Either that's not working properly, or I'm just stupid. We were 50 points short of getting the 5-point clear there. God damn it.
Good job.
Well, we won't worry about that right now. Okay, there's nothing else there. We're done on Planet Bomber now. I've already forgotten most of the ones I just looked at, in case people are like, why is he looking at them again? I'm stupid and I forget things. Welcome to the underwater zone. Or in this particular case, I think actually inside something. Like some manner of creature ate us. Boing, boing. The hole with the bubble may contain a big secret. Okay. Keep that in mind. Grab that. Diamond ore for Crystal Project. I'm hoping that we actually get some interesting checks this time. Because Bomberman Hero has been pretty good about actually having some things. God damn it. I blew myself up because I couldn't see what I was doing. Well, it's a good thing we got those extra lives, eh? Because we did get a few of those. Not actually any from the full clear for Grim Dawn, ironically enough. Though based on the things we got from that, I'm starting to really wonder if the seed generation had expected Grim Dawn to be one of the first ones done. Since I think technically most of Grim Dawn would be Circle Zero checks. Sphere Zero, rather. since it didn't have any major progression blocks. Which again, I wonder if it was working incorrectly, considering it had a boss room unlock in its pool. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's too late to worry about that now. It's happened, so we just move on. And like I'd said before, considering the technical difficulties that Grim Dawn was kind of causing, probably for the best that we just get that one done and out of the way anyway. For the sake of the rest of this being smoother. Maybe there's a different hole that has bubbles coming out of it that has a big secret. And that's why they say may have a big secret. It's not that one. This thing on the wall is weird. No, it doesn't blow up, doesn't do anything? Okay. Keep that health for later in case I need it. Yeah. Yeah, see, there's another one. Bingo! Teleport pad. Just for a heart, though. Hit. Nope. Oh, that's death. Okay. Well, that's upsetting. Son of a bitch. Completely forgot he existed, I'll be honest. I'm like, oh yeah, he's not gonna respawn. Except he has no reason not to respawn. Especially since he upsets me. There we go. Now I gotta do this jump again. Also, I don't even know why I was rushing that platform so hard anyway. It wasn't gonna bounce me. Sometimes, I wonder if I'm paying any attention to what I'm doing. And the answer to that question is frequently yes, no, maybe, possibly. Like, it very much varies from second to second whether I'm actively paying attention to what I'm doing or not. Nice. To quote Bomberman, I did it! I might get that and put that as a sound redeem, honestly. There's just such joy to that, at I did it. Oh, I may as well teleport again. Just, you know, not fall to my death in the process this time. Doesn't reach you no matter what I do, huh? Hi. Fuck you. Not really sure what the point of that teleporter is, I'll be honest. Because it doesn't seem like it's possible for you to make the jump across to the ad hoc bomb. And where we jumped in is just right over here, so... Damn it, I thought I managed to clear him. I'm not really sure how you reach that. Might be doable to just jump from on top of this? Yep, okay. I was a little scared, I'll be honest. More diamond ore. When in doubt, if you can throw a bomb far enough to do it, you can jump far enough to do it, as long as you're not going from the same height. That doesn't give me temporary invincibility like it normally does. Bombs for everyone! I don't need to care if everything other than me explodes. That which has already exploded cannot harm me. Because remember, I need the points for the checks. Otherwise, I would just be ditching these guys and not caring about the fact that they survive. But unfortunately, because I don't know what the score requirement for these stages are, I have to treat everything as a target that is on screen. Everything must go. And check to make sure that I have not missed anything hidden and any of that. Case in point. Oh! That's another way to get the Adduct Bomb. Okay. Why are you back? I guess he was stuck in the floor or something and I only just noticed him? Question mark? Or maybe another one spawned because of me passing back through there. Who knows? He's trying to guard the passage, but we can just kind of bomb him from over here and not have to deal with him. There we go. This stage wasn't so bad other than me falling off the map. Wow, we missed a lot of score here. Where was the other, like, 2,000 score? Jesus.
Good job.
Well, we got a progressive medium body for Crystal Project from that, so that is still helpful. We still haven't seen any of the extra stages. Like, we haven't gotten any of the stages where you have to be, like, in a submarine or anything. Which I think... one of the very early stages of this is normally, like, a ship segment. There we go. He just wasn't showing damage. Okay. I get there. What? Never mind. No, the water doesn't hurt me, at least. That'll hurt me, though. Fish is danger. That guy also danger. There we go. Not sure why there's no music here. Just water noise. Maybe that's what they decided was going to be the music for this stage, is just water noise. There's a full heal. That's good. Oh, you know what? That might be what the golden hearts are, is they might be full heals. So they'd be better if I was playing, like, alongside someone. So it would just happen to heal them at a time that they needed it. Or that I would get healed when I needed it. Is this a death hole? Nope. Not a useful hole either, though. That other one might be something, but you know what? I'm not interested at the second. This is going out. I didn't even get the sentence out before the universe said no. I was gonna say this is going surprisingly smoothly, and then I immediately ate shit on spikes for it. Oh, that's a big bomb. Oh, that's a big bomb. Get me out of this room. Oh, that's the end of the stage. And I was 300 short of the... Ah, we still have yet to get a 5 today. I'm so sad.
Good job.
But on the bright side, that is still another stage cleared. Dark Prison is next. We're at least gonna, like, do all the stages. Oh, the frames. This stage is gotta be rough. Yes, I know I need the key crystals. Don't adjust your set, everybody. It is just running that bad. Because unfortunately, for one thing, it's an N64 game. So, you know, already it's gonna have problems. As far as emulation goes. And two, I have to use an inferior emulator because that's what the setup for this required core-wise. Now, admittedly, I should have tested this more thoroughly to see if it would still work with the other one, despite what the creator said. But I opted to trust what the creator said, which may or may not have been a wise choice on my part. Because I may have had better performance, but new issues could have cropped up instead, so... kind of one of those trade-off situations. And I freely admit that a lot of this ended up going off kind of half-cocked anyway. So I wasn't... This was debatably a goal I'd never expected to actually hit, if I'm honest. Like, I figured at some point we would hit it, but we hit it way quicker overall. Fucking floaty-ass controls in this damn game. Yeah, it seems like it's particularly bad right at the doorway there. I think there's just a lot of things happening. And as we clear up more and more things around here, the frame rate will improve. There you go, you drive into that like an idiot. It's like getting rid of all these laser grids, for example, is very clearly smoothing things out nicely. I was trying to blow him up through the wall, but I think he's protected while he's in there until the gate's out of the way like that. God, these are needlessly dangerous. Anyway, hiya! Oh wow, I landed that the first try, huh? Speaking of needlessly dangerous. Fuck you. There we go. Just getting rid of that ahead of time. Remote bombs, huh? That would be convenient. Not really necessary by any stretch of the imagination. I don't get to have a camera angle here, do I? Most I can do is, like, rotate the... What the... I was down C. Place bomb. Well, going for it. I was decidedly uncomfortable with the blind jump, but I didn't have a choice. Bomberman, you little bastard. So you want to know why that went wrong? I'll give you a hint. It had a lot to do with the fact that Bomberman only did a little jump instead of a big jump. But it was more the fact that this game's momentum is questionable. I don't know if it's an emulation issue that it's so questionable, because I don't remember it being the smoothest, even on actual hardware when I had played it ages long past. I remember a lot of aggravation at times. Also, I'm realizing that this platform was just to get back up here, so I died for nothing. Well, I suppose I died for verification. Oh, and I need to use this platform to get up to where that item is. Oh, right, those bombs do contact damage for reasons. Is this not... Oh, I see. If you don't activate the switch, you need to use this platform to get to and from. The switch made the platform up there that's going back and forth go further and is a much safer path. That's why. Okay, that all makes sense now, at least. And yeah, all four of these paths obviously lead to where the various key crystals are. Well, apparently that took away my remote bomb. Well, that's upsetting. Stacking those just isn't a thing we're allowed to do, I guess. But you know, that's just how it's gonna be sometimes, I guess. Bomberman, please. Wait, there's a crystal up there, but why did I not see it? Oh no, that's a different spot, I think. Yeah, that's the one around behind. Not the one I was at down below. They look kind of the same from here, as you might imagine. I should have known first couple times around that things were going too smoothly, though. Considering how well I was disposing of every enemy and all that. That was needlessly risky what I did there, but it was quicker. That was just stupid on my part. Do a funny, though. E. Which apparently didn't count for opening the door, which is fascinating. There we go, that one counted. Hurt me, but it counted. I got no damn health left. There's no point in using this platform. That's the platform that killed me. And it also leads to a place we've already been. It would be great right about now, some health. So where are the other key crystals? Is the other one like behind this little shack here or something? That seems impossible. I feel like I'd fall off. You know what it is? I think I have my C down set to be an extra button. Like, I think that's a multi-input thing I've got set up right now. We're missing just one key crystal somewhere. There's space behind that building, but there was a key crystal in that building, wasn't there? Where the fuck is this key crystal? I'm really wondering if this is a situation of like you're just blind, Drac, you don't see it. Because that's, you know, always entirely possible. Actually, this doesn't go high and... Oh, right, it was a... Bomberman? Why did you go back to the right? I held to the left. I didn't let go of the stick at all. He just kind of wiggled back to the right anyway. I had completely forgotten about that stupid platform actually mattering. I was suspicious of it because, like, there's no reason for this platform to exist. Because the camera angle it gives you, the thing is, like, just out of sight. Such utter garbage. This is by no means a terrible game, but boy does it like to pretend to be one sometimes. So I can't really forgive the blind jumps. The blind jumps are a problem. Now, if I were a smarter man, I would have done the one that I just fell off of first. Apparently that bomb up deletes my remote bombs, which is weird. I feel like that's not supposed to happen. But I'm picking it up both for the score and to make it one less object being rendered. Because that seems to clean things up quite a lot. On the bright side, if these extra lives are actually extra lives, we at the very least are in a life loop here. Nah, I ain't reaching him from here. I need to go down to the building, which is fine because that's gonna be a perfect closed loop anyway. That gem despawned, though, it seems, which really sucks. Because that guarantees us not getting a 5, which means it guarantees me having to come back here, potentially. And there we go. Yeah, that doesn't look like a high enough score, but I want to leave this place and never return. Oh, no. I think just that gem being missed screwed that. Progressive two-handed axe to Crystal Project. Okay.
Good job.
I deserve more than a good job for that. Off to Killer Gate. Alright, there's actually a thing happening because we're going to the first stage of a planet for the first time in a while. Oh, right, we're actually getting to use a thing. We're getting the bomber copter. Because Bomberman just has a bunch of weird transformations in this game for some reason. Though apparently this was supposed to be like a Bonk game instead and became a Bomberman game for reasons? You would think he could just, like, have this folded into his head the whole time. To open the Killer Gate, you have to destroy the 10 submarines. Okay. There's the bomb button still. That's still bomb button too. I'm gonna end up dying because I'm trying to figure out what the controls for the bomber copter are. Yep, blew myself up. Because I'm trying to figure out how to make it stay up. Oh, I have to tap A. That's the problem. I was figuring it was just press A or hold A. No, you gotta mash the shit out of it to stay airborne. The copter's not one of the highlight ones, if you're wondering. Some of the transformations are fun. I do not have the fondest memories of the copter. Though, to be fair, I didn't really have that much memory of the copter at all. Down goes the submarines. Just keep mashing, don't get shot again. Just keep mashing, don't get shot again. Okay, no, holding is working, sort of. It just has a delay to it, I guess, and that's why it wasn't working. Like, more than you'd expect for making a little helicopter man rise and fall. Ow. Please have healing in you. Dude, I just gotta get to you without dying now. starting to get a handle on the flight controls here. Now that I'm not mashing for my life to try to stay airborne. It's a good thing there isn't really a time bonus on most stages. There's only really like a time bonus for bosses, where the 5s are going to be an issue for bosses. Which is why you may have noticed I'm avoiding boss stages like the plague. It's because boss stages kind of are the plague, in my opinion. And there's an ad hoc bomb down there that I should probably grab after we're safe from the submarines in this vicinity. Where can I get me some splitting missiles? Honestly. You would think Bomberman, whose whole thing is bombs, would have better things than just plain old drop them on the enemy bombs. Aggro band for Crystal Project. I believe that does exactly what it says on the tin and draws aggro. Let's get these cannons before we worry about that submarine so I don't just get shot down trying to go for the sub. Grab all the crystals. Because maybe we'll get lucky and I'll get a 5 on this stage and we'll never have to come back here again. You know, I am making sure to kill everything. I'm actually slightly reminded of the Dragon Flight stages from Drakengard, where it's like, this could have been so cool, and instead it's kind of annoying. I remember some of those stages being garbage. Ow. Okay, that's a perfect score. We got our first 5 of the day. Killer Gate points was Phoenix Syrup. Okay, that's fine. At least that's the expensive stuff, not the cheap stuff. It's kind of funny how both of the stages here we've gotten 5s on. Now, we had a bunch of stages here. Yeah, we got Hades Crater and Emerald Tube here. Oh, there we go. We get to do another ability, which yep, it's Copter again. At least I understand how to use the copter now, so it's not gonna be that bad. There's lots of gems here. This seems like a much better stage compared to the other one. Go back up and get that hint, though, because it'll... Oh, I can't use bombs here. That's why this stage is gonna suck. Medium body, the upgrade for Crystal Project. If I can't kill these guys, I have to assume they don't count toward the score total for this stage, then. Also, because I was mashing flight to stay alive, I didn't get to read the message properly. It was something about heat. Not that much. Yeah, I had no chance to avoid that. Oh wait, I can't... I was hitting the wrong button. I was hitting what I thought was my A button. It is not my A button. Also, I'm using A to go up, so why the hell would A be bomb brain? What is wrong with my brain today? Answer? Dealing with Archipelago. That's what's wrong with my... Wow, I just got sniped, huh? Just sniped right out on that one. I figured I was gonna lazily drift up out of the way of that. Turns out, not so much. Well, now we can correct our mistakes, at least. Not have to fly all the way back up. Destroy the government control towers to open the exit door. Okay, you know what? If I had read that, I probably would have figured out quicker that I could use my bombs. Nice. I grab everything that's worth score. Which is everything. I'm getting better at accurately bombing things, at least. Which I've always been decent at that, so I would certainly hope that I'd be able to carry that forward. So I've noticed the less I end up using like bouncing projectile explosive weapons and such, like grenade launchers, I've definitely lost my touch compared to where I used to be. Doors open. And that, I assume, is full score. Yep, perfect. Another 5-pointer. We got fresh salmon for the points and candy for the clear.
Good job.
So far, nothing remarkable, and that's upsetting to me. Emerald tube. Ooh, new thing. This, I think, might be swimming? Nope, bomber slider. Oh, no. This, I think, is the bad one. I think one of these is bad, and I think it's the bomber slider. This is like a rocket-powered snowboard, I think it is, and it's not good. Like, that looks like it could be sick, right? And it's just sick in the head. Because the issue with it is trying to get the points on these stages, because you have to be perfect, basically. Because there's no turning around. These are essentially auto-scrollers. You can slow down like this, and that's about the best you got. So, I'm just gonna hope that I don't need the points on these stages, is basically gonna be the idea, I think. Like, I'll do what I can, but I don't even know how you would grab that heart and get the gems, for example, there. That just seems physically impossible. At least it doesn't kill me when I contact a wall or something. If this was like contact death as well, this would just be so getting left behind. The frame rate being janky, though, definitely does not help. That's not this game's fault, though. That's definitely an emulation issue there. Oh, hurt. Hiya! Hurt. God damn it. I tried to hook the turn because I knew I wasn't going to make the long jump. But I just could not get it to turn well enough. Yeah, we don't have bombs in this thing, as you might imagine. That's why we have the spin move. I wish this thing had a booster. It doesn't seem like it does. I'm trying all the buttons and nothing's happening. Yeah, I can't get rid of the Moai heads. Didn't think so, but I figured I'd try. took a hard swing. We almost got the 5. Turns out you actually had some leeway there. But still, we got the stage done and got another Phoenix Syrup. So you know what? Worth.
Good job.
Worth enough. Now it's time for Death Road. So I think we had this. Yeah, this is the one I couldn't complete. Because I couldn't get it to let me go anywhere. So we'll come back to that after we do all the other stages. Behold, I can float. That's why it's called the float zone. Uh-oh. A bubble. My bubble. Bubble. You obviously can't bomb while in bubble. So this is a risk. And the whole thing here seems to be just finding the paths that are not obstructed. I'm down in destroy. Destroy. Legally distinct exterminate. Up and away. I don't have to spin like this, I'm just doing that because I have nothing better to do while I'm floating aimlessly in a bubble. Bubble. I need this to get the points. Oh, there's also an area above that I need to open with the switch. Okay. Noted. Wait. We also need to use a bubble to get the attic bomb. Like, pretty sure. Okay, because there's another bubble ahead of there, but let's go up first. We'll go in Spike Alley afterward. There may be a solution to that whole problem. Oh no, the exit's up here, so Spike Alley is extra then. Understood. I'm not sure what that switch did. I kind of thought it was going to make the spike platform move, but it didn't do anything. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Also, I'm betting you could have fallen all the way back down and been very sad. Okay, the attic bomb's actually like really close to where that bubble is, so I think I could do a hook jump and grab it without dying. Like this. Yep. Okay, it only does 1 damage anyway, so we weren't dying either way. Now that's gonna be an interesting situation. Oh no, there's a second bubble over there. I thought the bubble was the extra life we saw, and I was like, huh, how do you get the extra life without just eating shit then? Huh. But no, it's fine. Everything's fine. Bubble. And now we fly away, and hopefully 305 is enough. Because I didn't really see anything else to get points from in here. Oh, we actually had 50 over. Sweet. That's another 5-pointer for us. And that was a cell key, so that was important. And a scroll, which is less important. But at least we didn't have lots of those, so I'll take more of those. Okay, we'll come back to Death Road in a bit. Oh, Movestone was a stage, not a thing. I thought there was a Movestone, like, ability we had. Huh. Might be thinking of something else. Push all 4 stones into the hole to make the lighted path appear. Oh, we found our own Heaven Sky stage as well, so that's nice. Wait, that's why it wasn't making sense. It is a different button for the bombing. Like, I throw bombs with 1 button, but I drop them from the flyer with a different button. I wasn't stupid. Not completely, anyway. Wait. We're gonna not put that in yet. I have a suspicion there before we follow through on that idea. Missing a heart, so we'll go ahead and grab this one. I'm gonna wait for the game to say I'm damn heartless. Which honestly, can't say that they're entirely wrong. I've had plenty of very heartless situations. But I feel like everybody has those at some point. Just a matter of how justified they are that ends up being the variable. Yeah, the kicker is I can't help but notice that there's only one of these areas so far that has 2 of these entries. All the other ones only have 1. So there's a trick in play here. I just don't know what the trick is yet. I'm just gonna be mindful of it is, I guess, the idea at the minute. Can't really do much about it otherwise at the moment. Till we know more about what we're dealing with on that idea. Yeah, because I can't bring this block down or anything. So why is there 2 of them? I really feel like I'm supposed to have more than 4 hits by now. Yeah, this has to go here. The problem is I can't, like, pull these back out once they're in, so... If I put the one down there in and it doesn't work, I'm in trouble. Oh, the excitement of block pushing. Yeah, that will only work after I activate these. But, like, they both look the same. Like I said, we only have the 1 block. So does it not matter which one I put it in? If so, then why is there 2 of them? You see, it just bounces off that one. I knew there was fuckery about. I knew something stupid was gonna happen. That was less bad than I was worried it was going to be. There we go. We have the teleportation powers now. Away! Bomberman ascend! Very slowly. There we go. And that's a 5-pointer. Cloud Spires unlocked for Spyro. Okay, that was worth it with the points. The clear was just juice, which is still good, but not important, necessarily. On its own, right? We'll come back to versus Bulbon. Did we have anything for Mazone? Well, Charlotte, thank you for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully you were having a great time, and with whatever it was. I know you know what I'm doing, considering you were here earlier, but for everybody else, this is an Archipelago, and we're currently playing in Bomberman Hero out of the set of 5 games we're playing. We did finish Grim Dawn, so that's not an option anymore. And we have, obviously, Bomberman Hero you see here. Crystal Project. I will be playing today, Kirby 64 and Spyro 3 are left. The message actually popped up conveniently right there. Ah! Interesting, interesting. Hopefully the game show went smoothly and was a good time. If you do need a raid to run, though, of course, make sure to do so. Taking care of yourself should always be your first priority. Okay, yeah, we have Mirror Room. Oh, we got... That's where Heaven Sky is. Okay. Yeah, we have 1 game out of the 5 games done. Like, obviously, we didn't finish the whole game, but we finished the goal for it, which was just getting Act 1 done. I vaguely remember this stage. That's good. That's always the hope. There's never a guarantee, of course, but you know, we can only do our best. Oh, right, they throw their head at you when they're almost dead. Right, and these crystals don't actually exist, which is weird. I don't know if I get the points for them. Because for those coming in later on, we need to get the maximum possible points on these stages to unlock one of the 2 checks for every stage. There's one for beating it and one for getting a score of 5 on it, which involves getting every possible point item and everything more or less in it. So basically clear and full clear. Which is mildly upsetting, but you know what? It is what it is. I chose to have that be a setting in this, so that's on me that I did that at all. I could have just went with stage clears like a sensible person, but no, I wanted to make it more difficult. Wouldn't be the first time I've made something more difficult for myself for no other reason than because I can. Which is why I never need games that are particularly difficult, because I will make things difficult enough on my own. And of course, that raid and run point is directed at all of you, by the way. Any of you that came in from the raid or anything, you all need to take care of yourselves too. Aggressive shield for Crystal Project. That was a death pit, as it turns out. I was worrying about that when I started sliding. And let me go ahead and explain what an archipelago is for anyone who might not be familiar. You got the basic idea sitting there on screen, but the point is, the 5 games we're playing, now 4, but don't worry about that part, all have every item from them jammed together into a giant pile. You essentially throw that whole pile into a blender, and then you pour a certain amount of it into all of the various games, basically. So, like, all my stages for Bomberman Hero, for example, most of which have actually come from Grim Dawn and a little bit from Crystal Project. We primarily need to find stage unlocks for Spyro as well. Primarily abilities for Kirby 64, including the combo abilities that Kirby 64 has. And it's just a ton of things for Crystal Project. Crystal Project has way more than everything else in here has combined. That needs the jobs, which are that game's classes. It needs a few key items, quite literally keys in a lot of cases. There's teleport stones to be found. It's a whole thing. Now, an important thing to note is these are all games I've never finished. So I am blind as to a lot of what I need to do, but that is part of what people unlocked by hitting the sub goal for this. That was the point to this endeavor, was to make it extra difficult for me, since people paid for it. Because I've done a fair amount of archipelagos in my time at this point, so I figured an extra layer of complexity would be interesting. And it is. It's just also very difficult so far to understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, usually I can make this whole long plan of what I do with a randomizer, but I can't really plan ahead in a game I've never finished. Just that much. So really, that's primarily only been an issue with Crystal Project. There's been a lot of fumbling around happening in that game. I don't think it liked me re-grabbing the wall like that repeatedly. There are unfortunately ads about to kick in. I don't have that much in the way of snooze power left because of snoozing ads for the the Krieg fight at the end of Grim Dawn. Brain just kind of forgot his name for a moment. Because for those that don't know, Twitch only allows you to have 3 snoozes per day, which is annoying. Now, admittedly, you shouldn't really be needing to snooze ads that much, but it's still mildly annoying. Now, ordinarily during these ads, I'd be switching games, but I was planning on staying in each of these a little longer today, though we are 5 hours in now, so I may end up popping away from Bomberman Hero after this stage, just so we make sure to get everybody else included. We've done a solid amount here already. There's still more left we can do, but if it means avoiding doing the boss fight we have opened, I wouldn't exactly say no. God damn it, I keep not lining that bomb drop up. Because these bombs will detonate on contact, they just need to, you know, make contact. Thankfully, they can drive into the explosion like you saw there and sort themselves out that way. Considering the amount of falling off the stage we've been doing, I'm genuinely starting to consider just running out of this stage for my life. That golden heart I saw up there has my attention. So I don't know if that's just healing or if it's max health. Ordinarily, 200 gems is max health in this game. Like, that increases your max health. Nope, it's just a full heal. Okay. I tried. So those ice blocks do in fact have ice physics, as it turns out. Ick. Fall off the stage, don't fall off the stage, don't fall off the stage. Nothing else matters, just don't fall off the stage. Falling off to my death would be very inconvenient right now. Okay. I would dearly like that heart. Okay, so the platform is moving now. So I can grab the heart. I was just very worried about missing the jump, because the physics of this game are a thing. That, I think, is the end of the stage there where that cave is. Missed it. Missed it. There we go. My depth perception is usually pretty good. Not in this game. This game, things seem weirdly flat a lot of the time to my eyes, so I'm like, I don't know where this is in 3D space right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just let go of the idea of getting the max points here. We can come back for later. Okay, fire arrow for Kirby. So that's good news.
Good job.
That is Cutter and Fire, I think it is, for fire arrow. Which might actually come in handy sometimes. Now, we've got to do another snowboarding section. Hooray! The worst thing in this goddamn game. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. You just missed me walking through the rest of that ice stage without falling off of it this time, and now we're doing more snowboarding. Because I can't regret my life decisions enough in this game sometimes. Well, missed that. We're definitely not getting the max possible points here. Though there was some leeway on the last one, so maybe there'll be some leeway on this one too. Not if I keep missing things like that, though. Thanks, game. Thanks for just no momentum. You would think with the big propeller on the back of this thing, it would actually get some speed going pretty quickly, but no. It just... It drives like a brick on skis, quite literally. It's just unfortunately a lead brick. But we'll make it work. Because we have to. At least now I can unmiss the gem, so there's that. Now, the enemies I take out don't appear to be worth points in this stage, actually. I was gonna say they are, but maybe it's just the snowman that wasn't. Yeah, that was worth points, it looked like. No, that snowman was worth points too. Maybe it's because he blew up, technically, before I hit him. Oh, this is risky. I don't think that was worth it points-wise, if I'm honest. How did that not make contact? I guess because I was still flashing, it didn't count? Okay, we actually got more than enough points. Let's go. We got a sandwich for Kirby and Phoenix Juice. Great. Great. For those that don't know, Phoenix Juice is just a revive somebody with 10 HP in Crystal Project. It's the worst of the two revive Phoenix items. Oh, we're getting the jets this time. This one I remember being okay. Now you'll notice though I have flight controls now. Up is down and down is up, but I can stop in place and I have rockets. That's basically what I've got going on here. I also have boost forward. It's essentially a 3D shmup now. Just thankfully without it being a one-hit death game. Really what I'm gonna end up doing is exactly what I'm doing here, which is just spam firing my missiles to make sure I get some points. Getting kind of ape escape energy from music in some of these stages today. Really all the stages have had that same energy, just I'm noticing it today. I'm more active and aware today than I was last time. Nah, I don't want to risk it. And that's me not being able to tell 3D space in this game, because I thought I was going to get through clear, and didn't. Definitely didn't. Just smacked my head right into that chain like a fool. Bounced off the wall right into my own bomb. Okay, looks like I can hold a bomb in my hand. I don't know what it ends up doing. I have screwed up all of these shots this time. Okay, it turns into a spread shot. That's actually, like, super helpful. Considering my inability to aim in this setup. Literally can't get at those. That's annoying. Okay, it helps get rid of the bird squads way better. Okay, I was curious to see if those were damageable. The answer, not really. I mean, they're getting bullied like one, that's for sure. Nope, too high up. Because you have to, like, duck past the pole to get at him. But there was stuff over there. Did I go, like, into a bonus zone? What happened here? Why did I teleport? That's not what I wanted to do at all. Reminder, this control's, not great. The inverted flight is a nightmare for me. I do not really do inverted flight controls. You stack on top of that the fact that the frame rate's just kind of not really frame rate, and it all makes sense. Okay, now we're back where we were. Interesting. Atomic bomb we definitely need to grab. It was just milk. Boss time. Okay, the heads can be damaged. Oh, what is this creature? This is a two-headed version of a specific thing, and I can't think of what it's called right now off the top of my head. Stupid goddamn flight controls. I told him to go up and around it, and he went the wrong way around because everything about this has to be stupidly backwards. At least we'll get more points at the beginning here, I guess. Sort of. Possibly, perhaps. They know you have this spread shot because they make sure that those birds never align on the same vertical plane, and so you can't blast multiple of them conveniently. These stages would be so much better if I had more than 3 bombs. Because since I have a hard time telling where anything is with this game's perspective, I have to kind of spam fire to have any hope of hitting anything. Is there something about this perspective that's just breaking my brain today? I'm just not processing it for shit. Can't believe I hit those without just crashing into them. Okay, now we know what we're getting into, so this is fine. Didn't go high enough. And, like, I could take my time. I could slow down all the time like this. That's how I get my head caved in with a big metal ball, as it turns out. Oh, the frames. They don't exist. The music starts getting all sad. Worth it, I healed. Everything's okay. It all equalized. Just ping off the wall to avoid that. We have way higher a score this time, so there's that at least. Wait, get that. Is with how much higher our score is, I suspect that there's gonna actually be like a really high score target for this. Yeah, the Atomic Bomb is worth points as well. Looks like the play is just dodge and then fire spread shots into him. Yeah, the main body is the weak point, as expected. There we go, there goes the other head again. Another hit to the body. Another hit to the body. How many hits do you take? That's the better question. Answer more than that, apparently. Before they start attacking, let's just shoot them again. go, there we go. Got that, got that. Everything's under control for the moment. Ow. How many hits does this damn thing take? Answer too fucking many. Wait, there he goes. He just apparently needed to let his heads come back before he would die. And I had more points than I needed, as it turns out. Oh, we found our own versus Endol. So we found another boss stage. H for doing that, so that was worth it. Let's see, we got Mirror Room here. Where was Endol? I think Endol was an early boss, wasn't he? Yeah, Endol's here. Tell you what, we'll do that. We'll do an early boss fight. Oh, it's this fucking thing. Yeah, this is a good one to do, because this one's silly. You'll notice I went into this fight with only half my health, though, because you remember, you don't heal between stages. So... yeah, I'm gonna die here, because I have to get reused to the janky ground physics. And also the fact that I had half health to start that fight off. But he's just a silly guy. And I fell off the stage because this game's momentum is terrible. Like, sometimes you'll be able to do great things with the momentum, and other times it does shit like that to you, where you just have no control over your life at all. Two hits. I don't actually know how many hits he takes. It's 3. Bomberman, please. Thank you. That's 4. Bomberman, listen to directions, you dumb little bastard. There you go. That's 5. Now it's phase 2, it looks like. Oh, that's homing shot. Okay. 6. Okay, I can destroy his shots, too. That's very helpful. 7. I shouldn't have turned around. I'm 90% sure I'm supposed to have had a health extension by the time I do this as well. But since either our health extensions have just not shown up or they're broken, it's been complicated. The joys of doing Archipelago with things you don't fully understand. His chest is the only thing that takes damage, in case people are confused why he sometimes takes damage and sometimes doesn't, by the way. You gotta hit him right square in the front. Which is the problem, because Bomberman is bad at following directions sometimes. And the way this keeps switching back and forth... oh no, I did hit him in the back and it worked, but we have a flame upgrade, so that might be enough. Part of the issue is... for anybody who came in later on as well, we are having some frame rate issues with this game, which is making the already slightly janky movement and everything much worse. And then there's the fact that he has no warning to when he makes this thing turn back and forth, so you just get screwed like that over and over again. I don't remember this guy being nearly this difficult, so I'm pretty sure I usually had more health when I did this. Because this is one of the few boss fights I remember having done when I was a kid. Well, we're down here with 1 hit point again. Notice our scores going down, by the way. That is your time limit for these boss fights. In order to get the full bonus, you need to actually win these within a certain amount of time. There we go. Like I said, this fight's not actually that bad. He's just annoying. And it took me too long. I did it! So, no 5-pointer for that. That's how strict the timing is on those fights. 'Cause I did it pretty well, all things considered, outside of the start being a little eh. And he just went, no, that's not good enough. But we cleared another thing. I think I did all the Primus ones already. Yeah. I was just verifying. Alright, Charlotte. Take care. Thank you again. You know what? I'm curious now. I don't remember which one Bolvan is. Oh, right. The Sphinx tank. I don't remember ever actually doing this one myself, though. Okay, that damaged him. Looks like it's a hitbox. Or more accurately, I think it's his crystal. Yep, he's got a radar dish out. Yeah, it's a shield. Okay, the abrupt rotation there was kind of a dick move. Really, that didn't count, huh? That one counted. Fuck you and your confetti cannons. Doesn't seem like I'm meant to stop the radar dish of shield holding. Unless maybe I'm meant to hit him in the tip. You son of a bitch, stop rotating in place like that so quickly. I'm wondering if I need to, like, hit him in the tail now or something. Doesn't seem like it. Ah. Yeah, and the shield itself does damage for anybody not keeping up with that concept, too. This fight kind of sucks. I now understand why my instinct was like, no, avoid that. Don't go there. Fuck that place. We're just not going to that fight anymore. The hell with that. We'll deal with that later. Oh, right. That was the one place that sends you back to damn Planet Bomber over here. Come on. We are running out of places to go, though. Now we've done all that. We just have Mirror Room left, really, other than that boss fight. And as you might imagine, this lives up to its name. It's a mirror. Right, there's a bunch of discs around, and I need a disc to open that. See yourself in the mirror to go forward. Well, no shit. It's almost like that's what this is about. That was a progressive shield to Crystal Project. Checking on a message. Don't mind me. Now you'll notice there's a switch that only exists in the mirror world. Thanks, game. Thanks for that. Bomberman, please, stop being a pain in my ass. Shouldn't that have worked? Yeah, because the mirror's solid, as you can see there. Oh, no, I remember now. I think? Thought I needed to, like, actually go through the mirror and become Mirror or Bomberman. Maybe I just have the placement of that wrong. I'm just gonna worry about it later. Hello, frame rate, my old friend. Otherwise known as goodbye, frame rate, my old friend. Yeah, notice I can't actually interact with that gem either. Mirror Bomberman can't touch things. Can't throw bombs either, so I need to flip to the other side. Thankfully, at least he can't get hurt either, so, you know, we got that going for us. Meanwhile, the blocks in the mirror world exist for non-mirror Bomberman. It's weird. Everything about this is weird. Honestly, don't even need those platforms. Blow hot air on the nearest switch. Okay, sure, why not? And now the mirrors are open. Now we flip to the mirror dimension. So now basically we go back to normal gameplay on this side. Bomber Ghost. There's the CD that I need. I don't know if these are destructible. I feel like considering it is a ghost, it will not die. As it is in fact, you know, already dead. Oh, fucking perspective. Trying to extend the time on all these games and get all the games in may have been an overambitious idea on my part. Based on the current state of affairs. And the current state of my gameplay. Yep, that opens the mirror world. I kind of figured. Something. Okay, the exit is over here. We can go over here and open this door. Oh no, the door's the exit. And what was that mirror on the left? Potion pouch. Okay, not exciting. We found our own gold heart, but we still didn't get health extension from that. Just gonna verify. Yep, that takes us back to Planet Bomber. Like, we do have a couple boss fights in Garanden as well that we technically could do. Let's look at boss room 3. I don't know if this is boss free fights or not, is why I'm like, I don't know if I should be doing these. Okay, that's one hit. We've already wasted a lot of time, so points may not be an option here. Okay, that doesn't go that far, so that's fine. Other than not being able to hit the fucking guy, we're not having that much trouble. Like, on the grand scheme of things. Obviously, it's not going the best because we're already nearly dead. But we're actually getting a solid amount of hits in. Because he, you know, sits still and lets me hit him. Okay, they do track, they just take a little bit to start tracking. Where is he? I was about to say, like, really, where is he? Oh, we got him! First try. Way too slow, but we got him. We got Nan's Stew for Crystal Project. So that was arguably worthless. But at least it was a fairly easy check to get. So let's try boss 5 then. Oh, it's you, but you're underwater now. Thanks, I hate it. Because we've not used this thing yet, so I don't know how to control it at all. Now, arguably this might be easier than the other version of him, depending on if he still has the shield and all that. Or, you know, I'm gonna hit my own bombs because the physics of these sometimes are very questionable. How are you meant to get an angle to shoot at him if he's just bombarding his front angle with shots constantly? Like, I don't have the controls to do that. I can't, like, circle around or anything like that too much. And he's, like, right here in my face, so the second the projectiles come out half the time, I get hit immediately. Since there's not really much warning to them. Like, look at that. He's just spam firing. Like, the idea, obviously, would be to wait. But if I wait, I'm absolutely not getting the point bonus. Oh, no, I see the problem. Okay. I thought this was auto going forward like the jet was. It's not. That's the problem. Because again, this is an Archipelago problem, not a this game problem. You would ordinarily have used this underwater thing a lot more by now. So you'd understand what you're doing with it. Problem is, my own bombs are getting caught on each other sometimes still, because if one goes off, they all start to go off. You also can't aim independently of where you're moving, so you're still fucked either way here. No, I'm not dealing with this stage right now. This fight kind of is still awful. That might be left in a waiting loop until I have more health. Okay, so we're 5.5 hours in. Tell you what, we'll go to Kirby for a while, but we might not end up seeing Spyro today. And then we'll just focus on Spyro for the next one. Because I don't know if I have it in me to do over an hour with Kirby and then also do Spyro. But we'll see how I feel by the time we get to that point. We'll say it that way. There's that there Kirby.